Welcome back to Burns Flat. We are in the semifinals boys contest, semifinal boys game. Cobb Broxton Mustangs taking on the Hobart Bearcats. The Bearcats, coached by Mr. Andrew Tuen. They are a Class 2A ball club, and they have a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. They lost in a 1-point contest a week or so ago to Apache. Got a pretty good ball club this year, I think. The Bearcats defeated Thomas yesterday, 85-23, in the opening round of the BFDC tournament. The Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs, coached by Mr. Scott Hines, they come into the game with a record of 7 wins and no losses. They are ranked number 2 in Class B. They defeated Cordell yesterday, 74-41. Tell you what, Fort Cobb's had an outstanding season so far. I just did some figuring yesterday on their scoring and their averages and such. I know some of the teams they have played is not the greatest. Some of the teams that might not be as good as they'll see later on in the season, perhaps. But they've been averaging 79 points a game so far this season, and their margin of victory is just a touch over 40. That's quite remarkable, to tell you the truth, but they are a lot of fun to watch. I hope you enjoy the broadcast. If you haven't seen the Mustangs play so far, you're in for a treat. They really pass the ball well. They press. They create a lot of turnovers. When they get a rebound or a turnover of some sort, it's full speed ahead to the other end, and these guys are very unselfish. They take a lot of pride in their passing. It seems as though they take as much joy from an assist as they do actually making the basket. They are a lot of fun to watch. I hope I haven't jinxed them, but they played awfully well so far this season. We're going to introduce the starting lineups now tonight. First for, I guess we'll introduce Hobart. Hobart Bearcats, number 1, Justice Johnson. I don't have the grades. And they start number 2, Aiden Morris. Number 5, Ty Harmon. Number 11, Ashton Morris. And number 15, Trey Eshatai. The Bearcats are coached by Mr. Andrew Tuen, as I mentioned. I suspect they're a pretty athletic ball club. Hobart's a 2A school. Starting for the Mustangs, a senior number 2, Jackson Willits. A sophomore number 3, Cray Rogers. A senior number 4, Simeon Collins. A senior number 22, Blake Nunn. And a senior number 33, Ian Taylor. 4 seniors and a junior for the Mustangs starting lineup. They won the state championship in baseball a month or 2 ago. They have their sights set on another one here in basketball. They've got quality ball club. A lot of fun to watch. Mustangs have taken the court, waiting on the Hobart. They gathered around their coach, and they will take the floor. I would guess this will be a pretty up and down affair probably today. Ought to be fun to watch. Jumping center for Fort Cobb, Ian Taylor, facing off against Ashton Morris. And we are about set to go. Mustangs in their home white uniforms, going right to left. Tap is controlled by the Mustangs, and Rogers now into the front court for the Mustangs. Taken there by Justice Johnson. Over to Taylor. Bearcats in a man-to-man defense. Rogers in the corner, Blake Nunn. Dribbles in the paint, kicks it right side. 3-pointer on the way by Rogers off the heel of the basket. Nunn tips it out to Jackson, and he called him for traveling as he got kind of a quick start there. And it'll be a quick turnover on the Mustangs on their first possession. Just underway, opening period. Justice Johnson brings it into the front court for the Bearcats. And the Mustangs come out in a man-to-man defense as well. And there's a quick turnover by the Bearcats on their first possession as the pass went by Ty Harmon and out of bounds. Kind of a jittery start here for both these clubs. Turnover each way, so we'll start over here. Rogers into the front court. Over to Nunn. Dribbles along the baseline. Jump pass, no good. Taken away by Ashton Morris. Quickly into the front court. 2 turnovers quickly in their first 2 possessions now for Fort Cobb. There's Justice Johnson penetrating into paint. And Willits controls the loose rebound. Quickly up ahead to Collins. Bounce pass. Along the sideline to Willits. Left side Rogers. To Taylor, top of the key. Now Collins. Dribbles around a defender. Can't do anything with it. Over to Nunn. Now Rogers in the corner. Bearcats playing pretty good defense here to start the contest. Mustangs with no open looks so far. Collins. Over to Willits. Drives along the baseline. His shot's blocked by Eshatai. Quickly into the front court, and Collins fouls him. Now, so far, the Mustangs have been kind of stymied on offense. They've got 2 turnovers and a blocked shot. And inbounding for Aiden Morris for Bearcats. No score. Played a minute and a half here in the first period. Harmon with it out front to Justice Johnson. The Bearcats have played pretty good defense so far, so that's... and there's going to be a foul on Cray Rogers as Justice Johnson got around him. That'll be the second team foul on the Mustangs. First on Rogers. Harmon to inbound. Lobs it in front. Out front to Justice Johnson. Over to Morris. In the corner they go to Morris. Aiden Morris, that is. They got an Aiden Morris and an Ashton Morris. Harmon, right wing 3 over Willits. No good. Rogers there with a good rebound. Into the paint, goes by a defender. Shot blocked by Ashton Morris, but there was a contact on the shot. And Cray Rogers will go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be the first foul on Justice Johnson. And Cray Rogers has an opportunity to get the Mustangs on the board here. And free throws off the heel of the basket. Boy, it's been a slow start. I bragged on them profusely to start the game. And a little slow start here so far. And Rogers will have one more. And that one rattled out. No score, 5:48 to play, opening period. Justice Johnson, left wing. Bounce pass to Eshatai. Collins with the rebound. Long pass up ahead to Willits from Collins. A little too strong. Let him under the backboard to Rogers. Collins thought about a 3, but they closed out on him. Near steal, but Rogers tracks it down to Collins. Bearcats are really quick. Rogers 3-pointer straight away. Off the front iron, no good. Ty Harmon quickly ahead to Justice Johnson. That's a travel as he started to the hoop, and Rogers got a hand on it there. Crowd getting a little restless here. Nobody scored. And we played almost 3 minutes. Kind of a weave out front. Bounce pass to Nunn. And I don't think he was expecting that one. And Aiden Morris took it away. So that's 3 turnovers so far on Fort Cobb early. Out front's Morris. Long 3-pointer right wing off the heel of the basket. Taylor with a rebound. Now Rogers. And the ball knocked away. Another turnover. That's 4. Eshatai. Over to Harmon. Back to Morris. Shot blocked by Taylor, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. As they say, Taylor caught him on the wrist. And at the line for the Bearcats will be Ashton Morris. Let's see if Hobart can get on the board here. And the first free throw, no good. I don't know if there's a lid on these baskets or not, but so far it appears that way. Now he'll have one more. And he made one. scorekeeper gets a little work done over there. Morris is going to be replaced in the Bearcat lineup by Braxton Mackey. No, I'm sorry, that's Holden Jones, number 22. Couldn't read his number from over here. Nunn with it to Taylor. Willits quickly in the corner to Collins. Baseline tray on the way. Good. There you go. That got him off the snide. Simeon Collins puts the Mustangs on top 3-1. Halfway through the first period. There's Justice Johnson. Spin move off the glass. No good. Got rebound his own shot. Laid it in for 2. Very athletic move that time by Johnson. And we're tied at 3. Now Rogers, left side to Taylor, gets a screen from Willits. Fumble the pass. Through the traffic, Nunn, right wing 3, good. Blake Nunn with a long 3. And the Mustangs have doubled them up 6-3 here. 3:34 to play, opening period. Off the strength of a Nunn three-pointer and a Collins three-pointer. Now the Bearcats trying to get it into Eshetai. Rogers defending him. Now Johnson hands it off to Holden Jones. Around the perimeter they go. I mentioned Hobart playing good defense. I didn't say that the Mustangs do, but we kind of know that's a given. They always play good defense. There's a three-pointer, no good. From the corner, Nunn with a rebound, and quickly ahead comes Rogers. Behind the back, dribble over to Collins. Right wing 3 on the way. Good! Simeon Collins with his second tray of the night, and just like that, it's 9-3. Mustangs on top. Collins with that good-looking left-handed stroke. Really pretty when it settles in the net. Of course, I've not seen too many ugly shots that settled in the net, to tell you the truth. But they do look good when he shoots them. Hobart seems a little bit discombobulated. Good steal by Collins. And he probably should have took that when Johnson intercepted the pass. Over to Eshetai. Layup no good. And Nunn with a rebound, and Johnson fouled him. Good work by Blake Nunn, as he's always good on the boards. And Justice Johnson picks up his second personal for the Bearcats. And he's going to be quickly replaced by number 11, Ashton Morris. I'm sure that'll kind of hurt the Bearcat attack, as Johnson seems to be the most athletic of the bunch. And now Rogers going against Morris. Taylor, baseline tray, no good. Eshetai high for the boards for the Bearcats. To Harmon, has it poked away by Rogers, but Eshetai, the trailer, comes along and picks it up. And now out front will be Ty Harmon directing traffic. Harmon picks up his dribble in the corner. They go to Morris. Now out front to Harmon again. They're going to be pretty patient here, I think. They're going to try to. Of course, they don't have their point guard out there, Justice Johnson. And the ball they say is a kick. That's actually, the ball was just bounced past off of Ian Taylor's foot as he was passing through the lane, and so it's a break for Hobart. Coach Hines is saying, it really wasn't a kick. He just threw the pass, and it went off her foot. He wasn't even looking at it. And there's an inbound pass way too tall for Eshetai, so it's going to stay with Fort Cobb. Or it'll be turned over to Fort Cobb, I should say, with 1:24 to play, opening period. All the Mustangs' points so far have come by the three-point shot. There's Collins, left side this time. Three-pointer off the heel of the basket, bounded high. I thought it was going to fall in, but not this time. One minute to play here, opening period. Bearcats kind of slowing things down here as Eli Willits gets set to check in. He wasn't here yesterday. He's kind of under the weather, but he's back today. I think somebody told me, or John Bellamy told me, it was his birthday today. There's a basket by Holden Jones. There's none. Out front to Rogers straight away. Over to Willits. Right wing three on the way. It's short. Ball tapped over to Taylor. Collins in the paint. Skips through the defender, and he's going to pick up a foul on Eshitai, I believe, as Collins kind of wormed his way through the lane with 27 seconds to play in the first period. That'll be the first foul on Eshitai. And Collins will be at the line for the first time, shooting two. And left-handed free throw is good. Simeon off to a good start today. That's 7 for him as Eli Willits checks in, replacing Cray Rogers. And Aiden Lewis will replace Ian Taylor for the Mustangs. Collins' second free throw on the way, and it's good. And now Brody Devon will check in, replacing Collins. So some of the Mustangs getting a little breather here at the end of the first period with 25 seconds to play. Harmon hands it off to Holden Jones. Over to Morris in the corner. Now they swing it around to Morris. Eli on him. Good defense by the Mustangs. They swing it to Harmon. 7 seconds in the paint. Harmon shot off the glass, no good. Tip up is good by Ashton Morris. Long shot at buzzer, no good. At the end of one period, the Mustangs 11 and the Hobart Bearcats 7. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on FCBMustangs.tv.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
Ready. 11-7 after one period. The Mustangs on top. Slow start for both these teams. Neither team scored for the first 3.5 minutes. As Justice Johnson will check back in for the Bearcats as they looks like have their starting five out there of Justice Johnson, Aiden Morris, Ty Harmon, Ashton Morris, and Trey Eshitai. And the Mustangs will break their huddle, and they have on the Eli Willits, Ian Taylor, Simeon Collins, Blake Nunn, and Cray Rogers. So Jackson will rest a bit here. Start the second period. Johnson might have got away with a travel. Dribbled down the left side of the lane. Layup fell over the front rim. No good. Eli there with a nice rebound. Rogers quickly down the floor in the corner to Taylor. All the way in the paint. Shot is no good. Missed the layup. And Justice Johnson there with a nice board. Ty Harmon with it. Back to Johnson. Back to Harmon. Three-pointer straight away. Short. Ball. Long rebound in the corner. Picked up by Hobart. And they'll reset the offense. Now Harmon's going to run the point for the Bearcats. Swings it over to Johnson. To Morris. And that's Aiden Morris to Ty Harmon. Ashton Morris back to Harmon. Now they're being very patient. Probably a wise thing to do. Johnson guarded by Eli Willits. Gets a screen. In the corner. Morris, three-pointer. Baseline tray, no good. Nunn there with a good board. Off to Rogers. Into the paint. Little 8-foot shot right in front of the basket's good for Cray. That's his first points of the night. And it's a 6-point lead for the Mustangs, matching their largest, 13-7. And the Bearcats going to be very patient again, it appears. Pass knocked away by Rogers. They tried to lob it down to Eshitai. Rogers there with a nice steal. Now Willits cut off by Harmon along the baseline. Back to Rogers, to Collins. Straightaway three on the way. Good! Simeon Collins with his third tray of the night. And it's a 16-7 lead now. That's 11 points already for Collins. It's 3 out of 4 from the three-point line so far. Now Johnson out front. Dribbles against Rogers. Oh, 12-foot turnaround, no good. Eli Willits comes out of there with it. Johnson's got those 3 fouls. He's going to pick up his third, or 2 fouls. That'll be his third. He didn't like it, but there's no doubt about that. That's his third personal, and he'll go take a seat. And checking in for him will be Holden Jones. Yeah, Hobart, their team just looks different when Johnson's not on the floor. He kind of makes things go for them. He'll probably sit out the rest of the half, I'm guessing. But that foul, should have known better than that. Willits, little 12-footer won't fly. And Ashton Morris brings it in quickly for the Bearcats. Going against Rogers. Good battle there. Tough shot. No good. Good defense by Rogers. Collins with a rebound. Long pass up ahead to Taylor is too tall. And it sailed out of bounds and turned over. Eli is going to be replaced by his brother Jackson. And Aiden Lewis will check in. He's going to replace Simeon Collins. The winner of this contest will play tomorrow night in the championship game. And they will be taking on the Burns Flat Deal City Eagles. Playing on their home court. In the nightcap tomorrow night, the loser will play at about 5 o'clock tomorrow against Hinton. Eshatai got loose. Little French pastry on that shot. Couldn't get it to go. Got his own rebound and put it back in. Trey Eshatai with his first basket. And it's 16-9. Rogers dribbles down the right side into Willits on the baseline. Cross court to Nunn. Baseline Trey on the way. Short-armed that one a little. Got his own rebound. Layup no good, but he's fouled. Good hard drive that time by Nunn. And Ashton Morris picked up the foul. That's the 5th team foul on the Bearcats and the 2nd on Trey Eshatai, they say. And Blake will be at the line shooting 2. He's got 3 points on the night so far, and he makes that one. 8-point lead for the Mustangs with 4:41 to play in the half. Second free throw is a little hard this time. Rattled out. Harmon now for the Bearcats. Left side, they go to Morris. And now Ashton Morris all the way to the rim. Shot no good. Rogers, nice rebound up ahead to Taylor. Pass kind of pulled him away from the rim. Bounce pass to Jackson. He couldn't get the layup in. Boy, nothing's working right for the Mustangs today so far. Even when they get a fast break, they're just not able to convert. Not able to finish so far. And looks like the Bearcats are going to take a 30-second timeout. And we'll do the same. Let's take a 30-second break, John.
We are your premier, best in-state driving school, located in southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing
4:09 to play in the half. Bearcats took a timeout there. Fort Cobb on top 17-9. Pretty low scoring affair so far. Neither team shooting it particularly well. But both teams play pretty good defense, so that's a big reason for that. But Fort Cobb, just like on that last possession, had a fast break. They usually finish those, but not this time. There's Morris, gets loose. His little runner won't go. Rogers with a rebound. Quickly into the front court. Willits left side, along the baseline, out front to Collins. Now Rogers over to Collins. I think it was intended for Willits. Collins intercepted. All alone, Nunn by himself. He bumps it in for 2. as he came across the baseline uncontested. And that's 6 points for Nunn, and it gives the Mustangs their biggest lead of the contest at 10, 19-9. Morris trying to penetrate in the paint over to Holden Jones. Three-pointer off the heel of the basket. Nunn there, and Willett side by side for the rebound. Rogers pushes it quickly in the corner to Collins. Drives around a defender and a double dribble. He wanted to shoot the three, and Hobart did a nice job closing out on it. And then I think he curled around him wanting to pass it, and that got closed off and caused the double dribble. Mustangs have turned the ball over a few more times than normal today. They usually don't turn it over a lot. Three-pointer on the way by Harmon's good. Ty Harmon with a wide-open three-pointer, and he drains it for his first points of the night. Willett's on the other end quickly. Along the baseline, his layup won't go. Goes over the rim and knocked out of bounds. 19-12 now our score. Hobart in control now with the basketball. Trailing by 7. And there's a moving screen. They put this big fella in the ball game. He's the biggest guy on the floor. I bet he's a good football player, if I'm guessing. 00 is Jackson Allison. And immediately he picked up the moving screen. Turned over to the Mustangs. Rogers, three-pointer, no good, off the heel of the basket. Allison with a rebound. Now Harmon will try another three. This one's no good. Lewis with a good board for the Mustangs. Quickly up to Willits. Bounce pass underneath the Rogers. Layup good. There's a good fast break by the Mustangs. Down to Willits, and a good find to get it to Rogers under the basket for the easy two, and it's 21-12. 2 minutes to play in the half. Bearcats have played most of this quarter without. There's another moving screen. The big fella, people move when he touches them. There's no doubt about that. He's going to check out with those 2 personal fouls. He didn't get to play about a minute on the clock. 2 moving screens by the big fella. He'd probably be pretty good on the power sweep. Pulling guard. Rogers, left wing Willits, three-pointer, won't go. And Harmon quickly into the front court for the Bearcats. Up ahead to Morris, along the sideline, back to Harmon. Waits for the flyby, three-pointer, no good. And Nunn and Lewis in there to corral the board. Up ahead to Rogers quickly, 3-on-2. All of the way to the rim. Rogers' layup won't go. One of those nights so far. Just can't get it in the basket. Holden Jones along the baseline, and Morris. Tried to reverse layup, and I believe we're going to have a foul on Collins, I believe. With 1:08 to play, that's a second personal on Collins. And at the line is Ashton Morris for the Bearcats. He's got 3 points on the night. First free throw, no good. Ian Taylor will replace Collins. And Morris will have one more. He drained that one. And Brody Devon will check in, replacing Jackson Willits with 1:08 to play in the half, and the Mustangs with an 8-point lead. Taylor with it, left wing. Tried to lob it down to Devon, and Harmon with a nice hands, able to take it away. Goes down, hits a 15-footer. Ty Harmon got the steal and basket, and it's 21-15 now. Rogers, right side to Devon. Top of the key to Taylor, over to Rogers. To Lewis. Lobs it in the corner. Now there's Devon, or Nunn, cutting to the hoop, lays it in for 2. Good basket by Blake. That's 8 for Blake so far, and it's an 8-point lead for the Mustangs with 27 seconds to play. First half, Old Blake is a steady player, I tell you. Does a lot of good work on the boards. He's a good shooter, good rebounder especially, good defender. He does it all for the Mustangs, kind of in a unsung manner, you might say. Pretty low key, but he plays hard every night. Does his job. There's a long three-pointer. Ian Taylor high for the board. Over to Rogers. Long shot at the buzzer, no good off the backboard. Close, but no good. Your halftime score, Fort Cobb Broxton 23 and the Hobart Bearcats 15. We'll quickly give you the halftime report, and then we'll take a timeout. First for the Bearcats, we'll give their scoring. Holden Jones with 2. Trey Eshetai with 2. Ashton Morris with 4. Ty Harmon with 5. And Justice Johnson, kind of the leader of their team, picked up 3 fouls here in the first half, only had 2 points for their 15. For the Mustangs, they only had 3 in the scoring column so far in the first half. That would be Cray Rogers has 4. Simeon Collins has 11 on the strength of 3 3-pointers. Blake Nunn has 10 on the night. He's got a 3-pointer in the first half, or he's got 8, I should say. He's got 3 in the first period, 2 field goals and a free throw in the second for their 23 points. So your halftime score, Fort Cobb Broxton 23 and Hobart Bearcats 15. We'll take about a 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on the Mustang Basketball Network.
Fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Welcome back to Burns Flat, Deal City Public Schools. Halftime. The Mustangs have just emerged from their locker room. We're about set to go for the second half. I'll tell you, nothing's come easy tonight for the Mustangs, for the Bearcats either for that matter. Mustangs led it 11-7 after the first period, but no one scored for the first 3.5 minutes of this contest. And they lead at 23-15 now at the half. I think their biggest lead, they had a 10-point lead briefly. And Hobart battled back a little bit there late in the half. Bearcats will have their starting lineups. It appears Justice Johnson, Aiden Morris, Ty Harmon, Ashton Morris, and number 15, Trey Eshatai. And the Mustangs look like will counter with their original starting five: Cray Rogers, Ian Taylor, Blake Nunn, Simeon Collins, and Jackson Willits. Mustangs be going left to right now here in the second half as Taylor sets to inbound to Rogers, and we'll see if the second half proves to be a little more smooth than the first half. Willits fake handoff, drive to the paint, and he's going to pick up a foul as the Bearcats came over to defend the little play they'd set up out of the halftime break. Good looking play there. I saw him run that the other night against Walters. Foul is going to be charged to Ty Harmon, his first, and Jackson's free throw is good. That's Jackson's first point of the night. He's had some looks today that normally he makes, and they just haven't gone in today. That one rattled out. And the Bearcats with the rebound. Justice Johnson with those 3 personal fouls. Number 1, he's a tall, lanky fella, good athlete. There's a drive along the baseline by Ashton Morris, and he lays it in for an easy 2. Good adjustment or something there at the halftime for the Bearcats to get that easy basket. Now Rogers, 15-foot free throw line jumper off the heel of the basket, no good. Johnson with a rebound. Going against Cray Rogers, left side to Harmon. Bearcats going to be probably pretty patient here. They're within striking distance, trailing by 7. Johnson shot over Willits, no good. Good defense by Jackson. And Nunn with the board up ahead to Rogers. to Willett. Spin move through the paint. Put him in the spin cycle, but he couldn't get the shot to drop. He's had several of those today. Coach Hines is saying, where's the foul? Jackson went to the floor. No call. There's a long three-pointer. No good. And the Mustangs do a good job boxing him out. Pass up ahead. Whoa, great catch. He wasn't even looking. That's an unbelievable play right there to save a turnover. As the pass looked like he never saw it. Collins in the paint, little runner, no good. Long pass up ahead to Johnson with no one back, and he will finger roll it in for two. That's his second basket. It's a 5-point lead, 24-19. Coach Hines doesn't look at all happy over there. Rogers, you know, we talked about their scoring average and their margin of victory. Tonight it's not quite going that way. Ian Taylor with the last three-pointer. That's Ian's first basket of the day. But the Mustangs are explosive. We know that. You know, they can rock along here and all of a sudden they can explode for 8 or 10 in a row. Ty Harmon, right wing three, short. They get their own rebound, and Rogers fouled him on the way to the basket. As the Mustangs didn't do a very good job blocking out that time, and going to cost them. That's second foul on Rogers. And Jackson's going to be replaced by his brother Eli for the Mustangs. There's a drive shot, no good. Ian Taylor, ill-advised pass, but I think it's going to pick up Justice Johnson's fourth personal. Going to work out pretty good for the Mustangs, as the pass was really not one you'd really want, but Justice Johnson crashed into Simeon Collins trying to intercept it, and he'll take a seat with those 4 personal fouls. Young man hadn't got to play very much tonight. Got 2 fouls in the first quarter and then one quickly in the second after he came off the bench. Dunn's three-pointer won't go. And the Bearcats track it down in the corner. There's a drive to a good block by Blake Nunn, and I don't know what he got. He must have got him with the body because it sure looked like a clean block above. Said he got him on the arm. That's the first foul on Blake. And at the free throw line is Aiden Morris shooting 2. And the first one's no good. And he'll have one more. With 5:06 to play here in the third period. And that one no good. Ian Taylor with a rebound. Quickly ahead to Eli. All the way to the rim. Layup good and a foul. Good play by Eli. As Hobart was a little slow getting back. And Eli made him pay there as he hustled down the floor. I tell you what, there's not anybody on the floor going to be any quicker than Eli Willits. He's a freshman, but he can really get up and down the floor. Outstanding baseball player. Just a freshman, but really heady player. Free throw a little short, though, on that one. 10-point lead for the Mustangs. Quickly up ahead to Eshetai. His spin move was pretty effective, as Taylor is going to be called for the foul on the block shot attempt. And that's Ian's second. And Trey Eshetai has yet to score. No, he's got 2, I should say. His free throw no good. And he'll have one more. And that one's too hard. Taylor with a good rebound. Up ahead, here comes Rogers. Weaves his way through traffic. Collins, left wing 3 on the way. No good. Nunn with a rebound. Over to Rogers. He'll try a three-pointer. It's short. And Eli was in there battling for the rebound, and Eshetai knocked it away. Good job by Eli. Getting good board position there to save the possession. Mustangs have equaled their biggest lead, which is at 10. Rogers in the corner to Nunn. Collins. Taylor dribbles into paint. Hard pass into Nunn, right in the breadbasket. Quickly out to Collins. Quickly in the corner to Willits, and it goes through his hands. Everything's just been a tad off tonight. They just some days it's like that. Hopefully they'll smooth it out here pretty quick. But nonetheless, they have a 10-point lead halfway through the third period. There's a three-pointer off the heel of the basket. Good block out by Collins. Up ahead, Cray Rogers. Little jump stop. Good. Cray got the drop. That's 6 for Cray so far on his little floater, and it's a 12-point lead for Fort Cobb. Biggest lead of the night. Now Hobart's getting pretty methodical. There's Harmon, a little 17-footer, no good. Pretty tough shot there. Nunn with a rebound. Collins quickly over to Taylor. Layup is good. Now that's good ball movement right there. Beautiful play. Maybe that'd get things going. That good cross-court pass to Ian Taylor, and he laid it in for two, and it's a 33-19 lead as all of a sudden. Let's see what we got here. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll do the same. You're listening to the Mustang Basketball Network.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
We are your premier best in state driving school, located in southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related.
3:28 to play here in the third. The Mustangs have stretched it out a little bit now. It's 33-19. And Coach Tuan for the Bearcats has inserted Justice Johnson back in the ball game with those 4 personal fouls. He probably hadn't had over 5 minutes of playing time so far, but because of picked up some fouls. He's pretty athletic. Long arm, tall. Bearcats have the basketball. That's Johnson with it. Rogers on him. Been a pretty good matchup. Both real athletic. Johnson has 4 points. And Rogers has 6 in that matchup. There's a drive all the way to the hoop. Layup is good by Aiden Morris. And Ian Taylor fouled him. That's the 4th team foul on the Mustangs and the 3rd on Taylor. And Morris makes his 3rd point of the night. Cuts the lead to 11, 33-22. Now Bearcats are going to go to a trap. I don't know how effective this will be. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by, as good a ball handlers as the Mustangs are and as good as they are passing, I'm not sure. We'll see how this works out. You never know. The floor is pretty well spread. If you can get Nunn and Taylor working along that baseline. There's Rogers to the free throw line. Taylor now quickly in the back. Well, it's a bad pass. And that's a turnover as Ian Taylor was going to try to pass it to the center line and no one was there. So that time the trap was pretty effective. They had it pretty well diagnosed to get the ball to Rogers at the free throw line. You got a 3-on-2 situation, but Bearcats were able to recover a little quicker than anticipated. 2:30 to play. Along the baseline drive, good strong drive and basket by Ashton Morris. And Nunn fouled him. And the Bearcats have scored 5 straight points here. Trying for 2 3-point plays in a row. He missed. 33-24. 9-point lead, quickly up ahead of Collins. I'll tell you, it's Harmon. He's a good jumper, good athlete. The shot's blocked and rejected by none on good hustle, but that's twice. Harmon is not the tallest guy in the world, probably the shortest one on the floor. 2 times they've tried to pass over his head, and he just jumps up and snags it. And Jackson's going to replace Simeon. And the Bearcats will inbound with 2:15 to play in the third. Johnson in the paint, little bunny hop move, lays it in for 2. Justice Johnson got around Rogers on a little hesitation dribble. And the Bearcats have scored 7 straight. Underneath to Taylor, reverse layup good. Ian Taylor with a nice easy 2. Good pass from Rogers. That's what happens when you get that defense spread out a little bit. That baseline is open a lot of times. Back to a 9-point lead for the Mustangs. Johnson, top of the key. Guarded by Rogers, gets a screen, goes to his right, Nunn picks him up. Now over to Morris. Back to Johnson, he'll try a 3-pointer over Nunn, no good. And Jackson Willis has him blocked out, gets a rebound. Near steal, Rogers up ahead quickly. Weaves his way through traffic all the way to the rim, but he's fouled out away from the basket, they say. And the foul is going to be charged to Ty Harmon, his second. And the 4th team on the Bearcats. And Rogers lobs it in to Taylor. Willits picks up the loose ball, hands it off to Nunn underneath the basket. Back to Willits under heavy traffic. The ball batted around. Oh, wow. Who are they going to give the foul to? Maybe Harmon? Willits will be at the line. Yes, the foul's on Harmon. That's his 3rd. And Jackson's going to be shooting 2. He is 1 out of 2 on the night. It's the only point he scored so far. And that one's good. Back to a 10-point lead, 36-26. 1:11 to play, third period. And Jackson converts both of them. He's 3 out of 4 at the line tonight. Back to an 11-point lead for the Mustangs. Justice Johnson hands the ball off to Ashton Morris, and they call him for travel. He was going to pass it to Aiden Morris, and Taylor kind of got involved and caused him to shuffle his feet. Holden Jones is going to replace Justice Johnson here with a minute to go in the third. See if the Mustangs can cash one in here before the buzzer here at the end of third. Playing catch with it out front over to Willits. Now to Eli. Left wing 3 on the way. No good. And a rebound by Aiden Morris. 44 seconds to play in the third. And now Coach Tuon is going to call for one shot here at the end of third period. Trailing by 11. Now Harmon with it. Bumps into Willits. Holden Jones straight away 3. Good. Holden Jones with his 5th point. That's a big 3-pointer. And it's back to an 8-point lead for the Mustangs with 16 seconds to play. See if they can get Rogers isolated here for basket here at the end. He's dribbling against Morris. Step back 3 on the way. Right wing, no good. Rattled out. Eshatai with a rebound. Willits knocked it away, and that'll do it. After 3 periods of play, Fort Cobb Broxton 37. The Bearcats of Hobart 29. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
To driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community.
Yeah. 37-29 our score. We get ready to start the fourth period. The winner of this contest will play in the finals tomorrow evening against the home team Burns Flat Deal City Eagles. The loser of this contest will play tomorrow afternoon about 5 o'clock against the Hinton Comets. The Burns Flat defeated Hinton this afternoon in the game before. Our girls played 53-47. Burns Flat had a pretty big lead in that game, and Hinton came back and made a close ball game, but Burns Flat came out on top. So that's who will play in the championship game tomorrow evening against the winner of this contest. It'll be Burns Flat's ball to start the fourth period. Or not Burns Flat, Hobart I should say. Mustangs had a 14-point lead. That was their biggest. They led it 33-19. And Hobart's been chipping away ever since. Good steal in there by Eli along the baseline. Good defense. And there's a turnover. Almost. It is. Just more carelessness than you usually see from these guys. Had the rebound secured and just made a bad cross-court pass. And kind of out of character for these guys tonight so far. Justice Johnson will inbound for the Bearcats. That Aiden Lewis is going to check in first of all. He is going to replace Eli Willits. I really don't know what I think someone's being asked to leave the premises. I believe the problem is right now. That's what the holdup is. And now we're set to go. Three-pointer, baseline, good. Ashton Morris with a long three-pointer. Cuts the lead to 5, 37-32. And now the Bearcats kind of in this trapping defense. The Mustangs try to force a pass through the lane to Lewis, and it's intercepted. And all of a sudden the Bearcats closing in here. And it's going to be a block foul on Aiden Lewis. And that'll be the 6th team foul on the Mustangs. A non-shooting situation here. This game's getting a little closer than we'd like, John. When we had a 14-point lead, it looked pretty comfortable. All of a sudden now it's not quite so comfortable. Johnson now with it, and he's going to be called for traveling. He tried to make a move on Cray and shuffled his feet. See if the Mustangs can turn this turnover into some points here. Johnson picks up Rogers at the half line, over left side to Willits. See if they can solve this trapping defense. Mustangs like to play this kind of trap. You'd think they'd know how to diagnose it. Bounce pass to Rogers. He fumbled it away. Just seems like we can't get out of our own way tonight. Turnover to the Bearcats. Harmon with it, left side. To Johnson. Along the right sideline. Dribbles out top of the key. Ian Taylor picks him up. Spin move all the way to the rim. No good. Eshatai with a rebound. Cray Rogers got his hand on the pass. Eshatai gets it back. Ball loose. Willits knocked it off his leg. Nunn tracks it down. Good hustle that time by Jackson Willits to save the possession with 6 minutes to play in the contest. Tell you what, in a close ball game, every possession is so important. Willits now holding out front. Over to Nunn. Need to get a good shot attempt here. Rogers right side to Willits. Down low to Aiden Lewis. He had nice position, and he is fouled on the shot. As Lewis had outstanding position on that low block. Had his man sealed perfectly. That's the first foul on Morris, and Aiden Lewis will be at the line for the first time shooting 2. And he makes the first. Big free throw by Aiden there. Need to kind of extend this lead a little bit if we can. He'll have one more. It's a 6-point game right now with 5:45 to play in the contest. Kind of pushed that one up there. Missed it. He got his own rebound. Ian Taylor with it. Lobs it over to Rogers. Dribbles by his man. A little floater in the lane. No good. Out of bounds off of Fort Cobb. Coach Hines thinks maybe Hobart tapped it. But it'll stay with the Bearcats. Tough shooting night for the Mustangs so far. I tell you, they just ball won't go in the basket for them a lot of occasions. But you got to give Hobart credit. They're athletic bunch. And they played pretty good defense today. There's Johnson. Goes around Rogers all the way to the rim. Lays it in for 2. I tell you, he got a quick first step. And that's 8 points for Johnson. And it's a 4-point ball game. Coach Hines is going to take a full timeout. We'll do the same. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
38-34. A little tighter than most people would feel comfortable with here. But the Mustangs going to have to do some playing here in the last 5:15 if they want to keep their record unblemished. As the Bearcats playing pretty well down the stretch here. Good defense, and Justice Johnson with those 4 personal fouls, all of a sudden he's kind of caught fire and he's able to get to the rim. He scored 8 points here in the second half. The Mustangs led this game 33-19. And since that time, they have outscored the Mustangs 15-5. It'll be Fort Cobb's ball with 5:15 to play. Collins will inbound. The Mustangs have their starting 5 in the ball game, as does the Bearcats. In a half-court trap, there's Cray Rogers. Ian Taylor, right wing 3, no good. Battle for the rebound, taps it over to Rogers. Down low to Nunn, all underneath the basket, lays it up and in for 2. Big basket there by Blake. A good pass from Rogers, and it's a 6-point lead. And now Harmon with it out front. In the corner, long 3-pointer, right side. Good, he drained it. Ashton Morris with his second tray, and it's a 3-point ball game, 40-37. That's 14 for Morris. In the corner to Nunn. Jackson Willits. Elbow jumper, no good. Rebound Eshetai. And now the Bearcats have a chance to tie with a 3-pointer. First ball game the Mustangs have probably played this season. It's been really a tight fit. Arapahoe was fairly close, but not as close as this. Mustangs going to have to play well. Rogers tips it to himself all the way down. A layup is good by Cray Rogers. A big steal that time for Cray. And a layup. Big basket there. Gives them a 5-point lead with 3:50 to play. Mustangs have gone to his own defense now. And another near steal. Nunn batted away. As Coach Hines has gone to this zone, and it's really seemed to concern Hobart a little bit here. They don't seem to be quite the smoothest. Good change of pace here by the Mustangs. A 2-1-2 zone. Into the paint. Now Harmon. Mustangs close out on him. There's Johnson. Gets around his defender. Bounce pass to Eshitai. He lost it on the floor and picked up by Rogers. So another turnover with 3:11 to play. And now we'll see if the Mustangs try to burn some clock with 3:04 to play. Good practice right here to see about closing out a game. Nunn has it. Reverse layup, good. Beautiful play by Blake Nunn, and they scored 4 straight points, and it's 44-37. We'll keep it right here as the Mustangs really responded out of that last timeout as the Bearcats had trimmed it to a 3-point game. And the Mustangs have scored 4 straight to stretch it out to 7. It looks a little more comfortable now, John. I tell you what, I need to get old John Bellamy a headset. He's done a great job. He's operating the camera and our computer today, and he's just done a great job. And he's had some great remarks over here that I'd like to have you hear on the air, but he doesn't have a headset. We need to get him one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, John Bellamy and Cajun Dudgeon, they've done a great job tonight putting us on the air, and we'll be back here tomorrow at about 3:30 with the girls' contest. Look forward to that. But we've got 2 minutes and 56 seconds left of this boys' contest. It's Hobart's ball. I tell you, the Mustangs kind of changed the complexion of the game here when Coach Hines switched to this 2-1-2 zone, and it's created 2 turnovers in a row. And it's led to 4 straight points for the Mustangs. Got them a little cushion here. Tell you what, they got quick hands. They get their pass down low to Eshitai. His shot's no good. Rebound Johnson, no good. Put back, no good. Finally got it in. Justice Johnson stayed with it. And he's got 10 points on the night, and it's back to a 5-point game. He's a good athlete. There's Rogers to Taylor to Collins. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Off the heel of the basket. Rebound Ty Harmon. Into the front court quickly. Chance to cut the lead a little closer for the Bearcats. They were at 3 a moment ago. There's Harmon, left wing 3, all alone. Good rebound by Jackson. Good box out. 2 minutes to play. See if they try to burn a little clock here. Willett's holding right side. And now Rogers with it. Behind the back dribble, Harmon on him. Over to Collins. Willett's right wing 3 on the way. Good. Jackson, a baseline tray, a big one. A big one. 47-39, 8-point lead. Now Johnson. Willits closes out on him, does a good job. Now Johnson near the sideline. His 3-pointer's too long. Eshitai tracks it down in the corner. Over to Morris. His 3-pointer won't fly. Rogers with a rebound. Long pass up ahead to Collins. Layup, no good. Johnson with a rebound. That was heavily contested. Up ahead to Eshitai. In the corner to Morris. He can make that shot. And then he falls down. Oh, that's a flop. Oh, my goodness. You got to be kidding me. I was looking right at him. He just fell on the floor. And they're going to give him 3 free throws. That's 4 personals on Ian. That's a smart move by the young man. He knew what he was doing. And the referee agreed with him. First free throw's good. 47-40 with 1:08 to play. He'll have 2 more. You never want to foul a 3-point shooter. And he might have fouled him, I guess, but the young man sure sold it. He's 2 for 2 from the line. It's a 6-point game again. He'll have 1 more. I tell you, Ashton Morris has played well today. He missed that one. 6-point lead, 1 minute and 6 seconds to play. Willits back to Rogers, but near steal. Johnson had his hand all over it. Rogers somehow got it back. And they try to get it down low, and it's tapped away, and it'll stay with Fort Cobb. I'm glad we don't have a replay. If this is the NBA, they might look at that again. Yeah, we might have to get John Bellamy to show us a replay, but I would rather not. Staying with Fort Cobb, 50 seconds to play. Let's see if they can maintain the possession. I tell you, old Johnson, he's pretty hard to get away from. And there's a long pass in the corner to Nunn, who Ian Taylor thought it'd be a good idea, and it was, but he threw it too high. And we got Eli checking in for him now. I tell you what, another three-point play for the Bearcats, and this thing going to get pretty tight. 42 seconds, a lot of time left. There's Johnson. I bet he's going to try to drive. Tries to go around Rogers. Cut off nicely. Morris, three-pointer, and guess what? We foul another three-point shooter. That's 2 trips in a row. Eli, that was a foul. And at the line will be number 2, Aiden Morris, who is over. He's 1 out of 3 so far. He's going to have 3 chances here. Big free throws, and he drained that one. Getting pretty dicey here. 5-point game. 32 seconds to play. He made that one. They've made 4 free throws in a row here. I should say 4 out of 5 in the last few seconds. Just to get them within 3. He made them. 47-44. Timeout taken. We'll keep it here. 32.5 seconds to play. And the Bearcats will not go away, John. we had all the momentum. They had it down to 3 a little bit ago. Mustangs scored 4 straight points. Looked like we kind of had it on cruise control and made a turnover or 2, and then we fouled 2 times in a row. We fouled 3-point shooters. I think the second one was definitely a foul. I don't know about the first one, but nevertheless, they scored 5 points on free throws. That's never a good thing if you have a lead over somebody and you allow them to score that many points when the clock stopped. So a lot of things could happen here. The Mustangs have the 3-point lead. The Bearcats have 16 fouls. Fort Cobb has 8. So every foul from here on out, someone's going to be shooting free throws. And I would guess Hobart will be in that trap. Most likely. We haven't handled it very well. I really thought that trap would really hurt them. I thought we'd get some easy baskets, but hasn't been the case really. And so we'll probably have to make some free throws down the stretch here to ice this thing. We'll see what Coach Hines cooks up. We've got good ball handlers. That's a key here. We'll have the Willits brothers, Jackson and Eli, Simeon Collins, Cray Rogers, and Blake Nunn on the floor for the Mustangs. And the Bearcats are going to be in a full court press. Got to take care of the basketball here for sure. 3 trying to guard 2. They get it into Willits. And he's going to dribble around, hand it off to Rogers. Going to have to hurry up and get it across the timeline. They do. Bounce pass up ahead to Eli. Out to Rogers now with 20 seconds to play. A lot of clock going away here. Over to Eli. And he's trapped. And there's 15 seconds to play, and there's a foul called on the Bearcats. That's number 2, Aiden Morris. And Eli will be at the line with a 1-and-1. So these are critical free throws here, John. I'm telling you. Pressure free throws here for Eli. He drains it. That makes it a 2-possession game. Good free throw by Eli. And it's a 48-44 with 15 seconds. Still a lot of time left. Big free throw here. Rattles it home. 5-point lead, 49-44. Johnson in the backcourt. Picks it up quickly into the front court. In the corner, 10 seconds, little 12-foot jumper, won't go. Battle for the rebound, Eshetai over to Harmon, left wing 3, no good, high off the backboard, 3 seconds. Collins with a rebound, and that will do it. The Mustangs are going to survive here, 49-44. As good shooting there at the end by Eli Willits to can those 2 free throws to kind of ice the game, and then good defense by the Mustangs to defend the Bearcats there on their desperation shots. So the Mustangs will advance to the championship game tomorrow night. That game will be played approximately 8 o'clock, somewhere in that vicinity. And they will be taking on the home team, Burns Flat Deal City Eagles, tomorrow evening. Let's quickly give you the scoring wrap-up for the Bearcats. Holden Jones with 5, Trey Eshetai with 2, Ty Harmon with 5, Aiden Morris had 6, Justice Johnson had 10, and leading scorer for the Bearcats was Ashton Morris. He had 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 points for the Bearcats in a well-played game for Mr. Morris. On the other hand, for the Mustangs, they didn't shoot it particularly well today, but they made enough to squeeze by here. Jackson Willits had 3 points tonight. Cray Rogers had 8. Simeon Collins started off hot from the three-point line. He had 3 trays and 11 points. Eli Willits with those 2 big free throws at the end there. He had 4 points. Aiden Lewis with 1. Blake Nunn played a good ball game tonight as always. He had 8, 9, 12 points. And Ian Taylor rounded out the scoring for the Mustangs with 7. So the Mustangs improved their record to 8-0. And as I mentioned, they will play tomorrow evening against the Burns Flat Deal City Eagles. Tomorrow afternoon, the Lady Mustangs will take on the Thomas Lady Terriers at approximately 3:30, so we'll be on the air about that time. I'd like to thank John Bellamy and Kagan Dudgeon for engineering and camera work tonight. They did a great job, and certainly appreciate those guys, and we'll be back tomorrow afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks for joining us, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Good night, everybody.